Hey folks, Toaster back. Got a little replay for you in the Captured King Tiger, which is it's a Tiger 2 basically with a smaller gun that does 240 alpha, but it's got the Tiger armor to it, and it actually works pretty well at tier 7. And I'm going to show you how well it does. And as you see, as we're driving into position, I'm asking what I did right to get this matchmaking. So it is slow, and it's a Tiger. I don't know if it has the same engine as the Tiger or not really, but I'm top tier, and we're going to see a pretty decent game and use of that armor. Now, the upper plate is actually pretty good. The turret cheeks, get out of the weeds here. The turret cheeks are weak. The cupola is weak. And of course, the side is weak. Okay, we're going to stop here. We're going to do this a little bit back and forth. But, yeah, we'd like to get a hit on that T20, but it looks like he's taking some damage, and I was thinking maybe he was going to push up, but he must not have, because I didn't get any blind damage. At any rate, it's got good armor, and it's got a 240 alpha gun, and that is, I think, the same gun. Oh, it's got 203 penetration on it, and the cold rounds have 237. So, which is pretty good for a tier 7, really. We're able to hit the wheeled vehicles. Of course, at this level, the wheeled vehicles aren't that fast. And you notice they pushed a lot of stuff around the outside here, and that's where I'm going to help, right? So I've decided that I'm going to go stop that push, and we're fairly effective at that. A little sip of coffee on a Sunday morning. Happy Monday to you guys anyway. That this is going to come out Monday. And yeah, I got this through a Prime loot deal. Don't know if you guys know about that, but if you link your Prime account with your Twitch account, you can get free stuff. So anyway, other guys have covered that, but so this is quite good at side scraping because it's got a fair amount of side armor. I don't know exactly how much, but it's like the most German armor. What you don't want to do is show the flat side of your turret in this. The turret cheeks are really, really weak, and it's a very long turret. So we're just trying to get a shot on this T-3485, and he's not giving us anything. But that AMX-17B, I mean, he could shoot at me all day for all I care. And for whatever, the T-3485 gives us a shot, and that's our first kill. So I thought maybe this guy was AFK, but look, he's moving his turret back and forth, and he just fired, right? But we've tracked him, and I think he's trying to shoot the guys behind me, maybe? Or trying to get a cupola shot, because I'm not giving him anything, because he's in the wide open and I am obviously behind cover. So we're able to farm this guy up pretty good, and that'll get us up to below 1700 to 1800 damage and our second kill. As you can see, this thing is not very mobile, and I'm turning around, and the reason is I don't want this middle to get pushed, and they have a Black Prince and a T-29, and whose job is it to deal with that? It's my job, right? Apparently, maybe that's who he was shooting at, and why he wasn't shooting at me, although it would have been smarter to shoot at me. So he may have figured he was dead anyway. So I played, I don't know, 50 games in this. This is my first ace. And I wasn't a big fan of this. It took me a while to figure out how to play it. I've never played a German heavy, really. And I've only played some German mediums. And not very many of those either. And it's like you're almost hoping that they hit your thick armor. Like, I'm angled just about right now on this thing. I could probably over angle even a little bit more. But your turret is weak. Your lower plate's weak. and against higher tiers, everything's weak, and it's part of the reason I don't like to play heavies. At least in a medium, I can run away, and that's kind of what I would normally do in a higher tier game. But nevertheless, we're in this game, and we're just trying to get shots on this Black Prince. Now, I think this has pretty good dispersion. I think it's fairly accurate. So these shots are a little bit of hope shots, but, you know, he doesn't see me. They're free shots, and I can just sit here and farm until the enemy P-43 comes around, at which time I get lit. So I kind of hoped that he would not push around. And now I think that the Black Prince is just taking blind shots. But with that P-43 there, I can't afford to just sit there because I took some damage. So what we're going to do is we're going to move into cover. And first we're going to kill this wheeled vehicle. So we're in cover from the Black Prince, and I think that the P-43 is not probably going to poke that. That's my guess. But again, we're just taking kind of hope shots here. So what should we do here? Well, there's the P-43. He did decide to poke, but the Black Prince, I'm keeping that rock to my left between me and where I think the Black Prince might be. So it's 10-9. We've got 2,400 damage and 3 kills, and we're happy with that thus far. I will say that this 45 TP does an excellent job toward the end of the game. It looked like he disconnected or something during the game. I don't know, or maybe he, because when I passed him last, it seemed like he had disconnected. So we've got to deal with this Black Prince and this T-29. Now the T-29 is a rough challenge for this if he just pulls out and shoots me, because I'm a 2-shot for him, right? And he is nearly full health, and there's a Black Prince I didn't recognize, but the T-29 does not have the upgraded turret. Or he doesn't have something that's upgraded. He's got 1,100 health. Now this is exactly how you play this thing when you've got a heavy. So you side scrape it so that he does not have a good shot. And so I consider myself a decent side scraper. And I knew that I had an opportunity to kind of pull out the snapshot. And this 45 TP is a hero, and he comes out and he puts damage into this T-29, and this T-29's done. Right? So good job to him. That brings us up to 3,200 damage, 700 assist. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the after action report on this. If you have any questions about this tank, please let me know. Okay, here we are at the after action report. Ace tanker, we got a steel wall and a high caliber on this game, and we ended up top of the team, 1,300 XP. Our VK, tier 6, did 1,600 damage, so good job on him. And this 45 TP didn't do a lot until the end, but when he saw a flanking opportunity, he really took it. So that was fantastic. Their Churchill and their T-29, of course, were kind of, and their Black Prince were kind of alone in the middle, as well as their T-25 AT, and they obviously did fairly well. So 24 shots, 20 hits, 15 pins. That's not uncommon. I fired a lot of shots at that Black Prince at range. We blocked 1,800 damage, and we did 730 assistance. So and we ended up with 46,000 credits, and this was on a 5x weekend, and also I had some experience bonuses going and that kind of thing. So we ended up with 8,500 experience for our crew out of that, but only 98 free XP. So I appreciate you guys watching. That's kind of an unusual replay because I don't play a lot of heavies. Hope you enjoyed it, and we will catch you on the next one. Toaster out.